Alright, I'm gonna try and do a quick play-by-play of this team fight. I felt like we maybe could have won. So, to start off, we have two separate theaters of war. So, we have me up in the top here, firing down at them, and then everyone else over here. So, I guess my first tip and thing I noticed is, let me just back up 10 seconds, is just watch Dark Side here. So, supports wanted some more attention. Well, okay, so I'm going to say that Darkside, you probably overextend a little bit here. I know it's only by like a millimeter, but I mean you're in front of even Reinhardt, so when he quickly, they're just going to kill you real quick. Like there's nothing you can do. You did get stunned, so what could you do there? I mean, you know, you have a gun, so play farther back, I guess. Still within your AoE heal, but you know, not up front. So now to point out my own mistake where I just fucked up here. So I'm fighting a bit, you know, I'm kind of dealing with some people. I'm doing my thing. I'll go over and focus on those kills in a second. But I am not having good game sense. I see the Mercy and I just see blood. And so I dive and I try and kill this Mercy. And, you know, it doesn't work. Because guess what? She's got healers, she's got tanks. And I just kind of threw there. So I do that too often where I see the Mercy and I just go in. And that's my own mistake, is like, I need to just hold this upper edge or back up and rejoin the team. Like, the amount I'm diving is just way too much for us to, it works, if it works 1 in 3 times, great, but the other 2/3 of the times, I'm just dying. So, there, I leave there. So, in the same time, here, actually, let me rewind, because I told you I would go over the quick kills over here. So, okay, so Darkside gets murdered. Alright, so that's another mistake. So John, you would really need to stop. My advice to you is to like try not to charge as much. I used to play Reinhardt, so I know the feeling. You want to charge in, but in this situation, I mean, like, you know, look at your positioning now and look at the Mercy. I mean, you know, and even if you got the charge off, like, okay, so that's another thing to focus on too, is like the pros and cons. Like, let's say that you did get the charge off and you hit him perfectly. I mean, it's a tank, and you're going to do 200 damage, and he has 600 health. So, I mean, it's not really going to do anything. So, in this instance, and you really only pushed him into the wall. So, like, not trying to be too harsh. I'm just saying, like, when you're playing the game, you got to think, like, cost benefit, you know, like, and what would we lose there? So, either way. So, either way, you get killed as it happens. Ball goes in. So, ball gets back out. We get the revive off. So here's what happens next, and I actually need to go watch. I would like to see Rob's screen here. So Rob, you're shooting Mercy, shooting. Okay, so here's the situation where it becomes a mistake. So you see you're shooting like the back line this whole time, but wait a second. You weren't shooting at the flying. I gotta leave this. You weren't shooting at the Pharah the entire time, which your character is the Pharah counter. So in this situation, you really needed to be aiming upwards to try and hit the Pharah. So, like, just to show you what I mean. So, Pharah is kind of fucking the two back here. Pharah gets the kill. I mean, Pharah's been up in the air for a while now. And this could also be call-outs. You know, we need to be sure that everyone knows, like, who to aim at. But, you know, let me turn on this so you can... Actually, that makes it too messy. So, Pharah's up here, and you're shooting down there. Like, I would just say that in the future, you know, shoot up at her, because you're the one, and she doesn't even have a Mercy at this moment. So, and theoretically, if we'd done that, we maybe could have killed her and stopped her from killing Nick. So in this case, it's more working on choosing the right target for when we're firing. So they're gonna kill Nick, and Farrah's just still behind us. She has 1 health left, 1 health, and this is also on comms. Like, we just need to like be more. I think they were just being too loud and too much going on, and like we really need to like have our comms clear, so Nick can be screaming, "Farrah in the back, Farrah 1, Farrah on me," you know, blah 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 blah. Because even I could have turned around and just bopped her right here, and she would have died. But instead, she managed to get back to her Mercy, and I think that's the fault of comms being messed up. And I don't think we ever even really fucked with her too much, and that's the problem, is we're not focusing on the right people in this fight. So we all die, and you know, happens. So I'll stop the video here, but that's just a good example of what we could be doing better.